Let's start this session, and now we are into the maybe the training phase. Here we will understand how to maybe train a machine learning model using AWS SageMaker. Before that, we have completed the building phase, that is building machine learning algorithm using AWS SageMaker. Okay, so one thing you need to the key point will be here. Uh, to train the model in AWS SageMaker, you have to create a training job. Okay, and what that training job will consist. Let me open this third notebook. Okay, for the training purposes, again I am opening this third notebook. I will extend this third notebook. Okay, so let's come to the topic. For creating a training job, you need four basic component. You will require a URL for S3 bucket where your maybe training data exists. Okay, or maybe you can say where your training data lives. Okay, then that is input train. So we have defined some of the what we can say a training job before. Okay, when we were building the model. So in parallel we defined the training jobs too. Okay, so no worry on that. Then what we can see is second part you can get is the compute data resources for training. Here we for in when I talk about compute resources, I have given this ML T3 medium. T is the family, third is the version, ML and medium is the size. Okay. So after that, the third component you will require is S3 URL to save the job output. Okay. Then you have to save the job output we have created over here. So here the output will be saved. And after that, you will require Elastic Containers registry for the training purposes. Okay. So that we have done. So here we have in the last session or maybe from some of the last sessions, what we did, we built this algorithm. Okay, and inside this algorithm, the what we can say is the maybe maybe how to take it. The training part we have done. The training job which this training requires in SageMaker, we have completed that thing. We have created one training job like when we were building the model. Okay, so uh, our task here will be, let me put you some more cells. uh, our task here was creating and monitoring training jobs. Okay, so creating and monitoring training jobs. Okay, so our main goal was to create and monitor training jobs. We have created the training jobs. Like I told you, there are only four main component which we have to take in consideration. That is S3 bucket URL, which contains the training data. Then after that, we need compute resources for training purposes. Then we require again the URL of S3 buckets to store the job output, and then elastic containers. Okay, so we have defined all when we were building our this algorithm. Now what we can do is we can do one thing. We can write some code for monitoring purposes. Okay, so why monitoring? Because we can create a training jobs and we can train the algorithm. Then when you don't know uh, like what are the results, how to increase or decrease maybe the result. Okay, so how to make that algorithm more efficient, for that you need monitoring part. Okay, so I guess now it is clear for you why you need monitoring part. Okay, so now I am creating a training job here. Okay, and for that I am just creating some of the part of monitoring part. Okay, so let's see. SageMaker. What I am doing, I am just creating a SageMaker Boto 3 client. Okay, SageMaker client equals to, let me zoom it a bit so that you can maybe see it properly. Okay. Then we have Boto3 dot client. See, I told you I am creating a SageMaker Boto3 client. Okay. So Boto3 client. Then we have maybe services. We have to give a service name, and maybe the service name I will give. uh, SageMaker. Okay, and now what I have to do, I have to call the create train job method on SageMaker client. Okay, with some training parameter dictionaries. Okay, so for maybe to do that, what I have to do is I have to copy this SageMaker client. Okay, and then I have to create training job. Okay, create training job, and inside to create training job, I will give all the training parameters. Okay, okay, uh, friends. All the training parameters I will give over here, and after that, I will write a code to maybe some line of code to check the status of maybe the training job, whether the training job have been started or not. This will tell me uh, maybe the status of training job. Okay. So for that, I am making a variable status, and the code is very simple. I will call SageMaker client dot describe training job, and that will be maybe more than enough to go with the status. Okay, so SageMaker client dot describe training job. Okay, and then after, what I will do, I will put some training job name. Okay, training job name was job name. Okay, now don't tell me you don't know where this variable is. This you will find this variable up here. Okay, so go find that. I don't have enough. So maybe I will leverage this time to maybe explain you some more stuff. Okay, so then we have training job status. Training job status. Okay, then we have training job status, and after that maybe I will print some of the strings to make sure everything is going fine. Mm, training job, training job, maybe current status, current status, and again I'm telling you, I am using formatting over here. You can maybe use f string. That's format is the maybe old convention to do things, and app string is the newest convention. So it's totally depend upon you. Either you want to go with app string, either you want to maybe go with this thing. Uh, I don't have any issue until or unless you don't find any error. Okay. Now I am writing some try and except block just to maybe catch the error if any error comes in picture. Okay. Now what I will do, I will include a wait for the job to finish and report ending status. Okay. So what that wait will do, that wait will maybe halt until training job is complete or stopped. Okay, so let me make one variable for that, SageMaker, and then maybe client dot get waiting, SageMaker client dot get waiting, or maybe this is waiter. Yeah, so I am making one waiter. This waiter will wait until training job is completed or stopped. Okay, so that's the thing. Then I will write here training, sorry, training job completed or stopped. Okay, and then maybe I will wait, dot wait, and then maybe I will go to training job name, and we will give, we are searching for this job. Okay, this given job. Okay, then again I will make one more variable, that is status, or from here status variable is updating, it will update, it will get updated. Okay, so maybe uh, have to put the status over here, or maybe because what we have done, we have make a waiter. Okay, so I am including wait for job to finish and report ending status. For that, what I am doing, I am including maybe this waiter will wait until training job is complete or stopped, and once the job finishes, we have to check for its status to make sure that the job ends successfully or not. Okay, so for that status, no, I have to first take the training information. Maybe this will work. If it will not work, then maybe we have to update some code. Okay, let's go with this first. SageMaker client, I have to from SageMaker client, I have to take a describe training job maybe. Describe training job, and after that maybe I have to put here training job name. That will go same. You need not to write it again. I will simply copy it from there. Okay, then we have this status, then we can say uh, training information, and in training information we can give it training job status. Okay, as in uh, training job status. I will copy it from there. Okay, so now it is status. Okay, so what we are doing in these lines, we are making sure once the job finishes, we have to check for its status to make sure job ends successfully or not. So here we are searching for the status. Okay, here we are taking the training job information. Okay, so now again, how we will get to know? So we have to print something on our console, that will be training job ends, and or maybe ended with maybe some status, and that status, wait, yeah, of course, we will put this status over here. That will be helpful. We are concatenating a status with it. Okay, so string concatenation, I guess you are well aware of now. If you are not, go to our Python module. Ah, that will be helpful. Then we have expect accept, and in accept block, I would like to maybe write some code for handling cases where training job fails to start, or maybe typically training job fails to start when maybe what we can say. Wait, so training. I will say training failed to start maybe. Okay. So when training will is fail, what are those conditions where training will be failed? So first thing is clear, I guess, to you. I am writing these accept block to just handle cases where training job will fail to start. Okay. So when what are those conditions? You might be thinking where training job will fail to start. So typically, training job fails to start when there is maybe another job with the same name. Why? Because training job name have to be unique. Okay, so you have to put these thing in your head. Then I'm maybe putting some message. Okay, and in message I'm saying SageMaker client, describe training job, and then training job name, describe training job name, and what I will do over here is failure reason. Okay, uh, failure failure reason. Okay, so here it will give me the failure reason, and again we will concatenate it as always. Okay, wait. Training failed with maybe following errors. Okay, and what will be that error? Okay, I am using formatting. You can use f string. Okay, so what I can do is, okay, you can write all of this sentence, okay, like this. you can put this message over here like this. You can remove all of this like this, and you can give it a f string. Okay, so this is how you can do this. But I'm not doing it. I am a big fan of format. There are some reason which maybe I will not explain you right now, but I'm a big fan of it. Okay. So after this code will execute, there will be two messages. Okay, let's see. uh, so what do you have to do after writing this code, creating and monitoring training job? You have to go back up, okay, in the notebook, and you have to maybe go to your kernel, and you have to run restart and run all. Okay, you have to click on restart and run all. So click on it. Okay, so everything is running maybe. So this cell is running. See, there is a black dot. Okay, now it has become white. That means the process are complete. Okay, so here an error occurred. Validation exception when calling to create training job. Operation one validation error detected. Value MLT medium it. Failed to satisfy constraints. Member must satisfy a new value sets MLP2 X large MLM54 X large MLM4. Mm-hmm. So if you can understand, the problem is uh, maybe the compute power we are providing it, that is not that instance type. It is not up to that mark. It will not work with MLT3 medium. So now I will tell you, like, you will get charged for it. Okay. So from here maybe you can see only my tutorial, or if you really want to do it, you have to do it on at your own risk, because you will be charged. Okay. So as you can see, we cannot do it on MLT3 medium. Okay. uh, so fail to satisfy constraints. So there are some constraints which maybe it cannot satisfy. Then you have to member must satisfy a new value set to maybe MLP P2 extra large, or maybe ML M5 4 extra large. Okay. So you, as you can see, there are some anomalies that maybe I cannot help you on this, because it's a it's a it's a real time use case, and then you have to put some money into it to maybe understand the concepts. Okay. So I will maybe search more on it, and I will maybe try to come up with some solutions, but that is hard. Anyhow, we have to use some of these things, and these thing charges. Okay. They comes under the charge belt. Okay, you cannot do stuff in a maybe free tier. So, what I can do for now? I guess I have to maybe stop it over here, and maybe I will find out some of the ways and will tell you. Otherwise, there are no ways. Okay, there are 99.9% chances that you have to use some of these maybe what we can say compute resources for training. Okay, let's see. I will search for the most cheapest, um, and I will maybe update our compute resources with that. Okay, so no problem. I will stop it over here. uh, we'll continue in the last video from here. Okay, no worries.